The fact is, Charlie Kirk should still be here. It should not have been, there was political violence that resulted because of the words that were coming out of his mouth, just like plenty of MAGA hates when I mention white supremacy, which kind of tells you where.
Support the violence. I don't support guns, period. We have to be organized. We put together, working as a unified front together. Don't go out there, go with your life at the wrong time, go to prison alone, have to fight all that alone. But we also don't have to mourn, cry, and be sorrowful for this racist. Hey everybody, this is Dean FM, Dean Fraser Milford, here for your creature comfort. And today, I wanted to do another reaction video. This one's gotta be too. Some more Jasmine Crockett. She has something to say about Trump and his dictator-like tendencies. He's a freak show himself, all sides of him. The felon side, you got the creep side, the demented side, confusion all mixed in, intertwined in there. We gotta see what to do. Please make sure to like and subscribe.
I do want to start. First of all, welcome. Thank you for being here. With the New York Times reporting that the DOJ closed an investigation into the president's border czar, Tom Homan, after he allegedly accepted a bag of cash from undercover FBI agents. Now, it should say the FBI director and the deputy attorney general say they found no evidence of wrongdoing. You're a member of the House Oversight Committee. Are you going to try to get information about the investigation?
This is absolutely something that not only oversight but judiciary should look into, and I sit as the ranking member on the subcommittee for judiciary that is oversight.
Right.
So this is something that me and my team are definitely going to look into, and hopefully the chairman of that subcommittee is interested in finding out what the truth is, because that is what we are really supposed to do. We are not supposed to figure out who is best friends with the president, and if they are closely aligned with him, then just ignore things while trying to make up things about political opposition.
Well, on that note, I do want to turn to something that you heard the senator just say, which is he was talking about a resolution that came before the House this past week honoring Charlie Kirk. And there were 58.
Let me get my 2 cents on that. So yeah, Charlie. So I never really addressed Charlie Kirk in that whole video, but you know what I like to say is that obviously I don't support the violence, I don't support guns, period. Especially if we were going to be talking about ways that we're going to fight back and it has to become a civil war type of thing, we have to be organized. We put together, we have to make sure that we are working as a unified front. What's fighting the opposition together? Don't go out there, go with your life at the wrong time. You don't want to go to prison alone, have to fight all that alone, you know that. But at the same time, we don't have to condone, but we also don't have to mourn and cry and be sorrowful for this racist.
One of the things I do want to point out that's not been laid out that honestly hurts my heart is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was, specifically to us. And I can tell you that a month prior to him passing away, he had actually gotten out on his podcast. I wasn't aware of this at the time, but he got out there and he was talking negatively about me directly. So if there was any way that I was going to honor somebody who decided that they were just going to negatively talk about me and proclaim that I was somehow involved in the great white replacement, I'm not honoring that kind of stuff, especially as a civil rights attorney, and understanding how I got to Congress, knowing that there were people that died, people that were willing to die, that worked to make sure that voices like mine could exist in this place. So to me, just like we wanted to make sure that those Confederate relics were taken down, the idea of a new age relic being propped up was something that I just could not subscribe to. And it is unfortunate
Makes
that
no
more
sense.
of my
He was an
colleagues,
influencer
even on my side of the aisle.
He was as much of a politician as I am a politician. Let's put it that way. You know, he was not elected official at all.
The amount of harm that this man was attempting to inflict upon our communities.
So meanwhile, you obviously feel very strongly about the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk used, that you find objectionable, and also from others in the MAGA movement. As the memorials.
The fact is, Charlie Kirk should still be here. It should not have been that there was political violence that resulted because of the words that were coming out of his mouth, just like plenty of MAGA hates when I mention white supremacy, which kind of tells you where MAGA stands. Yeah. But nevertheless, they get very upset when I talk about white supremacy. But that doesn't mean that somebody should then try to find a bullet or try to find a knife and harm me. Not in America. That's not who we are supposed to be.
Well, let me ask you, because I do want to play a couple of statements that you made earlier this year. Okay.
Oh. Unfortunately, we have someone that is occupying the White House, and as far as I'm concerned, he is an enemy to the United States. They want to show that they are loyal to this, you know, I don't even know what to call him. I've called him so many things, but this wannabe Hitler for sure.
And to be clear, the president has attacked, other people have attacked you in his orbit, maybe not him personally.
Stephen Miller quoted Joseph Goebbels, who
as
was
an elected official, not to raise the temperature, but rather lower the temperature, particularly when there are people out there who listen to elected officials all over the place who are not well, who use that as a way to instigate the political violence that you are calling out.
I think that my responsibility is to be transparent and to be honest. And the reality is that we are living in a time in which this administration and this regime is not interested in making sure that people understand history. We need to understand why they are so problematic. And so I am using that language because it is accurate language. When we see the consolidation of power, when we see them trying to chill speech of jokesters, when we're seeing all of this, that is a playbook out of Hitler, and I won't deny it. Like, these are the facts. But one of the things that I've never done that the president has done consistently is called specifically for violence. He has said, oh, beat that one up. He has said those types of things. We know that Charlie Kirk was saying things about who should live and who should die. I've never said those kinds of things. And I think that those things are the ones that are really, really dangerous. And even still, some of that will still be protected. We know that we still have laws that are on the book that certain speech is not protected, that it does cross over when you are inciting violence, such as what we saw on January 6th, when you are doing what we consider to be a terroristic threat of some sort, where it's a matter of, I'm not just saying it, but I have the apparent ability to carry that out. But me laying out historical facts, just like they don't want to talk about the fact that slavery was real in this country and that my people were enslaved and dragged and raped and abused, and they don't want to account for any of that. They don't believe in reparations. No, I think it is okay for me to understand history and communicate in a very clear way about why we should feel as if there is a concern. And when we swear an oath, which is what that first clip was, we swear an oath to the Constitution to protect against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And so if there is someone that is evidencing themselves, such as the president, who is going out and says, yes, I will take a $400 million plane from a foreign government, or is engaged in receiving crypto that we cannot track in exchange for, say, giving away chips to Saudi Arabia. No, we absolutely need to understand how these things could cause us harm. Or when he's cozying up to somebody like Vladimir Putin, it's not only a problem for us, but it's a problem for our allies. When you have somebody like Poland that is like, yeah, this is what Russia's up to, and the president is like, oh, that may have just been a mistake. We need to understand what all his business dealings are, even with Russia, because that has the potential of putting us in harm's way.
We are directly
Thank you so much for being here. Nice to see you.
And that, my dear, was reacting to Representative Jasmine Crockett. Trump is running the wannabe Hitler playbook. Please make sure, like I said in the video, check out your history. Please make sure to follow Jasmine Crockett, follow your politicians. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Let me know what you think. This is a horrifying time, but we'll make it through together. No matter who you are, we are in this together. I don't want to leave everybody behind. I'll help each other out. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.